Usmachtem lifnei Yehovah Eloheikhem, and you shall rejoice before Yehovah your God. Yehovah Shokhen, Yehovah who dwells, abides. Yehovah Elohei, Yehovah Shokhen, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me, and cover me and stir me, and speak through me with your Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness and humility to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yeh-ho-VAH. Hand, behold, now, behold. 2 Chronicles chapter 5. Thus all the work that Shlomo did for the house of Yehovah was finished. Then Shlomo brought the Aleph Tav holy objects which David his father had consecrated, Aleph Tav the silver, Aleph Tav the gold, and Aleph Tav all the utensils, and put them in the treasuries of the house of God. Shlomo assembled all the Aleph Tav leaders of Israel, and Aleph Tav all the heads of the tribes, and the chiefs of the paternal clans of the people of Israel, to Jerusalem, to bring the Aleph Tav ark of the covenant of Yehovah out of the city of David, also known as Zion. All of the people assembled together before the king at the festival in the 7th month. All the leaders of Israel came. The Leviim took Aleph Tav the ark, and brought up Aleph Tav the ark, Aleph Tav the tent of meeting, and all the holy Aleph Tav utensils that were in the tent. These are what the Kohanim and Leviim brought up. King Shlomo and the whole community of Israel who had assembled in his presence were in front of the ark, sacrificing sheep, oxen, in number beyond counting and recording. The Kohanim brought the Aleph Tav ark of the covenant of Yehovah into its place inside the sanctuary of the house, to the especially holy place, under the wings of the Cheruvim. For the Cheruvim spread out their wings over the place of the ark, covering the ark and its poles from above. The poles were so long that their ends could be seen extending from the ark into the sanctuary, but they could not be seen from the outside. They are there to this day. There was nothing in the ark except the 2 tablets Moshe put there at Horov, when Yehovah made the covenant with the people of Israel at the time of their leaving Egypt. When the Kohanim came out of the holy place, for all the Kohanim were present had consecrated themselves, they didn't keep to their divisions. Also the Leviim, who were the singers, all of them, Asaph, Heman, Yedutun, and their sons and the relatives, dressed in fine linen with cymbals, lutes, and lyres, stood at the east side of the altar, and with them 120 Kohanim sounding trumpets. Then, when the trumpeters and the singers were playing in concord, to be heard harmoniously, praising and thanking Yehovah, and they lifted their voices together with the trumpets, cymbals, and their musical instruments to praise Yehovah, for he is good, for his grace continues forever. Then the house of Yehovah was filled with a cloud, so that because of the cloud the Kohanim could not stand up to perform their services, for the glory of Yehovah filled the house of God. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this fascinating 5th chapter of 2 Chronicles? We can love Yehovah by preparing a pure heart for his presence to dwell. Love Yehovah by honoring his glory through worship and obedience. Love Yehovah by rejoicing when his presence fills the place of gathering. How can we love our neighbors as we love ourselves, and as Yeshua loves us, by rejoicing together when Yehovah's glory is revealed, sharing in his presence with joy? How can we bear one another's burdens? By standing united in worship, lifting others into Yehovah's presence and praise. What are the top 3 fruits of the Spirit found? 1. Glory. Yehovah's presence filled the temple like a cloud. 2. Unity. Priests and Levites worshiped together with one voice. 3. Joy. The people celebrated Yehovah's abiding presence among them. What is the Hebrew word that encapsulates this chapter? Shakhen. to dwell, abide, reside. Verse 13 and 14, the house of Yehovah was filled with a cloud. How can we find Yeshua in the scriptures? The cloud of glory foreshadows the indwelling spirit poured out through Messiah. The ark's arrival points to Yeshua, God's presence dwelling with his people. As the priest stood still, we see the rest of Yeshua brings through redemption. Mitzvah response, Torah-Based? Mitzvah. Exodus 40, verse 34. Then the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the glory of Yehovah filled the tabernacle. A response might look like this: I will welcome the glory of Yehovah into my life through holiness and praise. Hebrew declaration. Shakhen, Yehovah Melecha, et machadeh ha-mechadesh. The presence of Yehovah filled the sanctuary. On this last day of Sukkot, we'll end with this: Simcha Godila li Yehovah, great rejoicing unto Yehovah. We'll end with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with the hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being towards you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you, set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shalom, shalom.